What's going on, y'all? I speak peace to you. This prayer just basically just want to let y'all know, like, this is how I started. You feel me? Like, this was my first step on, like, really kicking things off and getting the ball rolling with this, man. And like I said in the last video, bro, this might not be your first step. You feel me? It might not be the next man's first step, but you feel me? It was mine, and like that's the most important in this whole thing is just to take that first step, bro. Like choose whatever is the most interesting to you about you feel me this project or about the situation, and you feel me and vibe with that. For me, it was building this planter because I like to work with my hands. You feel me? Like I like building stuff. I'm a creative. Like I already had this vision in my head, so to like bring it into fruition, like I literally saw the way it was gonna look. I kind of like already, I looked at the little wood and just kind of knew like what I was gonna make out of it. So like that's what excited me to actually go and like put forth the effort. So when you find your starting point, you find whatever interests you that's going to keep your attention, something that you're going to be excited about doing outside in the sun sweating. You feel me? So see, take a ride. I'm about to plug this video in. Take a ride. Check this out. So this is the first step of my process. Just looking at all this wood in the backyard, decided to go ahead and make some planters out of it. I will say it's best to use unfinished wood. Like this is stained and varnished, but it's been sitting out in the sun for like a couple years. Like that's how old this stuff is. So I'm assuming that it'll be safe, but like be cognizant of that because if you do have those things on, like what you're planting in, they can leak. It can leak chemicals into your soil, which can be absorbed by your plants and later on eaten by you. So be careful about that. Make sure like you know what you're using. Like I said, it's best to use unfinished wood, but this is gonna be an experiment. I'm pretty sure I'll be all right. Oh well. So see the next step that you're about to see coming up is boom. Okay, this is just me knocking out like some of the like bottom panels to give some drainage, a little bit more drainage because they were so close together that it was just holding water in the bottom, and you don't want that because your roots will rot. Now this is just weed block. Like I said, I knocked those bottom panels out, so you definitely don't want to have random weeds growing up and through your vegetables through your garden because this is extra work that you have to do. So this is just a step that you all can take. What I didn't show you all in here is that I added some like sticks and twigs, branches, leaves, whatever I could find to the bottom to give it a layer for drainage. And all of that's biodegradable, so it will break down into more soil later. And you can just turn it, and you have more like a fresher soil to use. Another thing I didn't show you in this is between, I think the third and the fourth bag, I added compost, like some compost that I have, and mixed it in. So before I added the last bag of the store bought potting mix, and added that in and smoothed it all out. So in here we do have, let's see, twigs and branches at the bottom for drainage, and then we have mixed in compost, which is basically just vegetable scraps that I have, from cooking from the kitchen, like that simple. And now, see, I watered before I started planting. I gave it maybe like 30 minutes to an hour to kind of like absorb and just be moist. This right here are peas that I'm putting in the ground right now, just sowing them in just to get started. Like I said, this is my first step, like before I started messing with anything else in the backyard, because I knew this was gonna be the thing that like really get me going and like keep me motivated to keep going, with it. So here we go. This is kale. I definitely planted this way too deep in the soil because like only two of the plants, two of the seeds like actually germinated and like sprouting up. So I may give it another week to see what it does, but I'm probably gonna go through and just turn this. So as y'all can see, man, like it was a pretty simple process to put this together. It really took pretty much just determination and me being willing to put the energy into it. So this is what came from it. But and as you can see, bro, like you, I didn't even need like a bunch of stuff to even make this. Granted, I had the wood in my backyard, but even if I didn't have wood or I didn't want to build like a planter like this, I could have used food grade, containers like food grade buckets, the 5 gallon buckets, or see what else. I've seen people planting number 10 cans. Like, if you don't know what a number 10 can is, it's like that big, like that huge, huge can. I call them soup kitchen cans. That's the first place I ever saw one. But see, the number 10 cans I've seen people plant in, like, I've seen people start their seeds, to germinate, give them seedlings. I've seen them do that in egg cartons. So it's literally, bro, you literally can use almost anything, to plant. It's just, just make sure that it's safe, that it's not going to leak any chemicals into your food. Like, if you're using a plastic container, check the bottom. It's just gonna be like a little triangle recycle sign, and it's gonna have a number in it. Now, to plant, if you're gonna plant like ornamental plants, flowers or whatever, it doesn't matter. But if you're gonna plant food, like something that you're gonna consume, the number just needs to be a 4 or a 5. Like, those are both food grade plastics. The 5 is microwave safe, and the 4, the last time I checked, it doesn't leak. It's heat tolerant, but it's heat tolerant to a certain point, but it still doesn't leak the chemicals into you still won't like leach the chemicals into your soil, or so even if you want to go that route, but take your first step. You feel me? You don't have to have like a whole bunch of money to do it, especially with this right here. It's literally more about your time and your energy, your determination to make it happen. What they say, bro, it's not about the size of the boat, right? Like, it's just how you work this shit and bring it into fruition, man. And that's love, bro. Vibe with it.